I am green. And it's not easy being green. You see, when I was younger, I never realized I was green. In fact, I didn't know what it meant to be green. But as I grew older and explored the forest, meeting other animals and learning about this huge planet we live on, it seemed the more I learned about the world, the less I felt a part of it. Too small, too different, too green. I wasn't sure if I'd ever find a place where I fit in. And sometimes that's a pretty lonely feeling. But the truth is, you're not alone. None of us are. You see, besides being green or not, there are other, more important things that make us alike. These very feelings that I'm talking about, if you've ever felt them too, then you and me, we're alike.
Hi, my name is Darla, and I'm a producer here at Pixar Animation Studios. You know, Pixar is made up of just a crazy combination of people. There's mad scientists and dancers and animators and just all kinds of unique individuals. And most of those unique individuals weren't the most popular in high school and junior high. They just weren't. It's just the way it works. Thank goodness we hung around and found each other and created this familial tribe of people that's created this unprecedented team that makes movie magic. And so because of that, because of where we all came from, we wanted to share a message of hope with all of you.
I knew at a young age that I was very different.
I started out as sort of a tomboy, and I liked to play with the boys, and I liked to play with boy things.
I walked wrong, I talked wrong, I wasn't interested in the right things. I love show tunes.
I brought my sister's doll to show and tell.
I remember just feeling not sure how to do it.
I was able to kind of compartmentalize being gay.
I always felt like if I don't want this hard enough, maybe it'll go away.
It was sort of all I could do just to keep it under wraps, keep it hidden.
Oh, hi. How's it going? Let me assure you, if you're getting bullied and you're feeling like you're on the outskirts, that it gets better. Because when you get older, you find that people are actually drawn towards individuals with different points of view who are proud of who they are and who make interesting and different and unique choices for them. At least I am.
And so I just felt the need to say something to kids who are bullied and who are made to feel as though they're not amazing people. Don't let them win, is all I can kind of offer, is please don't let them win, because it's such a terrible energy to spread, and all I can say is that, as the project says, it gets better. High school is not the end of the line. I hated high school. High school fucking sucked, but if you can get through it, there is a whole world out there that exists beyond people treating you badly.
13-year-olds, 12-year-olds out there watching this video, what I'd love you to take away from it really is that it gets better. However bad it is now, it gets better. And it can get great, and it can get awesome. Your life can be amazing, but you have to tough this period of it out, and you have to live your life so that you're around for it to get amazing, and it can and it will.
My name is JD. I have been a sworn law enforcement officer for the past 15 years.
And my name is Alan. I was Staff Sergeant in the United States Marine Corps.
And we're here today to tell you
it does get better.
When I was in high school, when I was in middle school, I was picked on continuously and constantly by cruel people. But in spite of that, I did persevere, and you will as well. We want to let you know that no matter what you think about yourself right now, and what other people may be thinking about you that might be negative, whether they say you're too feminine, whether they say you're too masculine, you are perfect and wonderful exactly as you are. And we want to let you know that indeed,
it does get better.
This needs to be a wake-up call to everyone that teenage bullying and teasing is an epidemic in this country, and the death rate is climbing. One life lost in this senseless way is tragic. 4 lives lost is a crisis. And these are just the stories we hear about. How many other teens have we lost? How many others are suffering in silence? Being a teenager and figuring out who you are is hard enough without someone attacking you. My heart is breaking for their families, for their friends, and for our society that continues to let this happen. These kids needed us, and we have an obligation to change this. There are messages everywhere that validate this kind of bullying and taunting, and we have to make it stop. We can't let intolerance and ignorance take another kid's life. And I want anyone out there who feels different and alone to know that I know how you feel. And there is help out there, and you can find support in your community. If you need someone to talk to, or if you want to get involved, there's some really great organizations listed on our website. Things will get easier, people's minds will change, and you should be alive to see it.
All through high school, I knew I was gay, but I hid it from everyone. I told myself that I'd kill myself after my parents were dead because I didn't want to break their heart.
I was the typical straight girl. I had the boyfriend, I was the president of my high school, I played sports, but I knew I was different.
I felt like I had to be this, masculine, normal guy that, because people constantly say to me now, you don't seem gay to me. Like, I would have never known unless you had told me.
I would go to bed at night and I would pray to God that I wasn't gay.
The community that I had as a child was hating me and preaching to others to hate me and think something was wrong with me.
People would call me gay, call me faggot, but I would always find a way to push that off or say, no, I wasn't.
I'm pretty proud of who I am, and if I show you who I am and you don't like it, it puts the responsibility back on you to actually have to decide how to deal with me, but I don't have to be the one to carry it.
It just seems like so much control to give really ignorant people who don't actually care that much about you, In a lot of cases, you're caring more about their opinion than they are caring about you.
I knew from my earliest memory that I was gay.
I was, kind of a loner growing up.
I was very awkward.
Called every name in the book.
They'd say fag or nerd, egghead.
Like this, like that.
People walking by calling me a waste.
The mainstream didn't want us.
And high school's kind of shitty. I mean, it's like...
Just there being no allowance for someone to be different.
There were, definitely nights those years where I would go to sleep and just be like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to wake up in the morning.
I just wanted to curl up in a dark corner somewhere and hope that it all went away.
I felt tired. Really tired.
When I was around 8, I told my pediatrician that I wanted to be a girl. It made me feel even more determined to hide that part of myself away because the message I was getting is, that's disgusting.
You have all these feelings that you can't necessarily talk about with somebody.
And you're looking for that acceptance, and you don't always get it.
As much as my parents loved me, there was always that possibility that the two people that mattered most in my life wouldn't accept me for who I am.
And I had this kind of story in my mind that everyone was going to lash out at me and they were going to be mad and they were going to say, oh, you're going to hell. And when I thought about that, I became very depressed and I had actually contemplated suicide.
Why am I like this? I wish I wasn't.
I found a bottle of sleeping pills in my parents' medicine cabinet and took them. All of them. Just a few moments before I lost consciousness, I had a fleeting moment where I thought, if it does get better and I'm gone, then I've really screwed up.
Every day is worth waking up for. You never know what's going to happen.
Life changes so much.
When I finally did come out and start to transition, I realized I'd been hiding a huge part of myself.
And it just came out. I said, I'm gay.
It feels like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. And that was just incredibly liberating.
I'm finally me.
No way would I not want to be who I am, because my uniqueness is my strength. It's what differentiates me from other people.
To finally be open and honest with who I am, what I want out of life, and to my surprise, it was probably one of the best things that I had ever done.
You feel every sense of freedom and every sense of this is what life is all about.
Summer days at the park where all your friends are there.
And going on a long run when no one else is on the street.
The thrill of discovering what your career is.
Or even just being here to see the sunset or the sunrise.
I have people I really enjoy talking with, being with, doing stuff.
Enjoying the riches of life. That's the stuff that people shouldn't miss out on.
Falling in love and having a partner of almost 14 years.
We both play the piano. He plays the viola.
And someone who every night you want to say, I love you and I hope you'll sleep well.
That feeling of connecting to someone so deeply.
And sometimes I still shake my head, think I'm dreaming, because it got so much better than I ever thought it would be possible.
It's just, there's no way that anyone can really, really explain that to you until you really feel it. But if you're not around, you won't.
Don't try to do everything yourself. Find people who can help you if you can.
As difficult as it might seem, open up with somebody and just tell them what you're feeling.
You have to be open to people who even look like they might be your friend. They're friends. You're not alone. You're not alone.
The bullies seem like the powerful people and the successful people, and the secret of the real world is they're at the peak of their power at 15 and 16. And there will come a time when the bullies are not successful and the people they bullied are. And you just have to out-survive them.
They don't know you. They don't know who you are or what you love or anything about you.
Know that there's nothing wrong, and there's people out there just like you. Please consider that time, just a little bit of time sometimes, changes a whole outlook.
No matter who you are or where you live or what you have swirling around you, that space that you're in, that time, is this much in the course of a life.
And as we go through our lives, we're going to have friends, we're going to have family, but they're not always there. And in that toughest, darkest moment, if we can rely on ourselves, that's more than we will ever need to face the world.
It gets better. It gets better. It gets better.
It gets better.
It gets better.
There's hope and there's help.
People are here for you. People who care and understand.
It may be the darkest time in the world for you, but you need to understand that there is hope. There's always hope and there is always help.
The Trevor Project is the leading national organisation focused on crisis and suicide prevention efforts among lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender and questioning youth. If you're feeling helpless or hopeless, there's always a safe place to turn. Call the Trevor helpline at 8664-TREVOR. It's free and confidential, and you can talk to someone 24 hours a day. Or visit the website at thetrevorproject.org. Be proud of who you are.